I'm a business owner. I've been my business over 20 years here. I listened to you maybe a while ago, maybe a year ago. You mentioned something that you don't really, nobody owns businesses unless if it's corporated or registered with the government, that you really don't own the business.
Well, you don't control it. You don't control it, right? You turn over control to the state authority and by permission to exist. You own it. No, you own that baby because they're going to hold you liable. They're going to hunt down that owner. Oh, you own it, all right. You just don't control it anymore. Just like if I own my car, okay? I own my car and I let you drive it. I let you take control of it. You get into a wreck. You walk away. Who are they going to look for? They're going to look for the owner.
Always.
Yeah, they're going to look for the owner. Oh, you own that baby, right? Even though they control it and all kinds of holy hell could happen once they're controlling it. They don't give a shit. They're not going to take any liability. They're going to be like, well, we didn't tell you to do that. Oh, really? If you didn't do that, I wouldn't this and this would have happened. No, it wouldn't. You just thought it would have happened. You believed it would. You thought you had to turn it over to us. I thought I had to get a permit. I thought I had to get, oh, really? You thought you had to get a license. I don't remember anybody telling me at 16 years old I had to get a license. Who told you to get a license? Your mom, your dad, your friends? I don't remember anybody from the government knocking on the door say, happy birthday, sweet 16. Where's your license? You're getting a license now, right? No, nobody told you to get a license. Nobody from the government told you. What have your mom and dad taught you when you were a little kid? Well, when you're 16 years old, we're going to teach you how to drive a car. We're going to get insurance on you. And if a cop stops you and asks you, where's your license? And says, I'm a man. I have insurance. I bear liability for anything I've done wrong. I know if I wish to take my property from here to there, it's not necessary for me to have a state-issued license. But nobody tells you that shit when you're 16. You just go along because everybody else was hypnotized or, conditioned to get a license. In 1910, 1920, nobody had a driver's license. It took years and years and years and years and years to convince people, the benefits to society would be for everybody's own good if everybody started getting licenses. If everybody got registrations, it would be really, really good because if somebody steals your car, we just run down these numbers and we get you back your car in no time. Some people were just convinced there was a benefit to have a license, to have registrations, and they were just convinced. They give the state control because the state was going to be your protection. The state was going to protect you from theft, from auto theft. The state was going to protect you from an uninsured driver or somebody who was incompetent to be on the roadway. They were going to do it for society's good. And I'm telling you, it's a very wonderful, lovely thing they did, but sometimes it just gets out of hand and you got to pull them back a little bit. That's all. That's the thing that happens with any power. It just gets out of control. It starts encroaching into the world of man, and you got to say, well, you know what? Very lovely codes, very lovely laws, very lovely courtroom, very lovely officers, very lovely uniforms, very lovely procedure, very lovely everything. But you're crossing into the world of man, and I don't require your help. I've got this covered. I don't need this from you, but thank you anyway. Here's the insurance policy. Here's the liability that I'm carrying and I'm maintaining. Did I get some basic standard issued government ID? Yes, sure did. That way the police officers aren't scared that they got Jack the Ripper running through their town. Because I look like some crazy, demented Hell's Angel, which I do. But God made me this way, and I don't apologize for it. I just have to learn to deal with it. Some people look like me. Some people, have to deal with that they're tan. Some people have to deal that they're, that they're black. Some people that they just have to deal with it. Did you understand what world we're in? What society we're in? I look like some crazy biker. I understand that. I understand how I'll be treated when I step into the public. I'm totally cool with that. There's nothing I can do. I dealt me this hand, and this is what I deal with. Next time I'll come back as a giraffe. Whatever.
Carl, what the problem is with the kids going to public schools. My son is 8, almost 8 now. But when he went to the first grade, he was not even 6. First day in school, they told him to sign some papers that he acknowledged something, and they told him to sign it.
Oh, that's
and that's how it starts. Those kids have been brainwashed at the first day in school.
Yeah, you tell a child the most important thing that he has in his life is his name, and a word that his name supports.
The reputation.
Yeah, his good word. His good word is his reputation. His name is what his name is what that mommy and daddy gave him his name. Don't give it away to nobody. This is the name your mom and dad gave you. Don't give it away to nobody. Somebody wants your name, say, who are you? What's it to you? Why do you want my name? What are you going to do with it? Well, just tell me your name. You don't look like my mom. You don't look like my dad. Why should I? Well, I just want your name. Well, my mom and dad taught me that when I give you something, you have to give me fair and just compensation in return. What are you going to give me as fair and just compensation? Or I give you my name, what are you going to give me? You know, see, like I said, thank God I was in New York City. Thank God I was in the 60s and 70s. Thank God everybody was always looking for an angle. Thank God. So for me, it's very simple for me to handle that kind of stuff. What's your angle, buddy? What do you want? What do you want from me? Well, I just want to help you. Oh, bullshit. Nobody's here in New York City to help nobody. You're full of shit. What do you fucking want from me? Well, you don't got to be like that. Yes, I do. My mom and dad taught me that. Everybody's here looking for an angle. Everybody's trying to get over everybody. What the hell do you want from me now? Seriously, don't fuck with me. What do you want? You don't fucking tell me what's in it for you. You know what? I'm walking. Well, you know, that's not very nice. It was like, that's right. I'm not nice. I'm not a fool. That's right. You're absolutely right. I'm nobody's fool. I'm not nice. Well, that's not very, you know, you should be. No, fuck you. So thank God. Thank God, man, that this is how I was raised. Thank God. And like I said, there's millions of us from New York City. I'm not a freak of nature. You know, you just don't really run into New Yorkers, because when you run into New Yorkers, you're like, shit, you sound and act just like that guy Karl Lentz. That's right. It's just you guys don't live in New York City. I'd say 90% of the people that I listen to my show are out on some farmland somewhere. They're listening on satellite radio. You know, they don't have nothing else better to do on Saturday night. You know, they're not in a big city. You know, big city people don't get my show.
Oh, by the way, Karl, a few months back I went to the court and I used your advices, and I was very successful in the court.
Oh, wow. What did you do?
It was 2 tickets. One was speeding, and the other one was talking on the phone on the highway.
So did you either did you try to do the death to society? Did you say you're an idiot, or did you try to say bring them in?
Well,
or you weren't operating on a license at the time? There's 4 things. Which one did you use?
Well, I start with the not giving her name. The judge asked for my name. I said, my mom calls me Andre, and my last name belongs to my family.
Yeah.
And that was to start with, and then I mentioned, I asked if the police officer is bringing claim against me, and she said no. He's just a witness.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
And then after that, I said, who's bringing claim against me? I have a right to examine the accuser.
Right.
And she all looked up and she didn't know what to say, and the prosecutor didn't want to talk to me at all.
That's great. That's good. Nice and simple. Boom, boom, boom. I like it, man. Simple works for me, man.
So thanks for that. I really appreciate you teaching people, and you know, it helps me a lot. You know, my son now.
But you know what you should. You know what I tell people to do. It's like, look. It's like I say to people too when I go to court. I don't ever pay any kind of what you would say like a state tax or a county tax. You know, because I travel a lot for work and I worked a lot. So I would do the routine that you just did, and I'd say, look, honestly, I really don't pay taxes to this county, to the state. Honestly, I've been here about, 6 months, a year, 2 years working here. Honestly, you know what? The fine is like $50. I'll pay you $50. You know what? You know, keep those police on the force. Keep them doing what they're doing. I don't mind paying $50. You know what? You guys deserve it. You know what? But this isn't saying that I'm guilty of doing anything wrong. This is just like, you know what? Here's $50. Have a nice day. So I don't mind. I actually don't mind, because it's like, you know what? These cops do a job. The county, you know, they're just doing this for money. I know why they're giving tickets out. It's just a way to generate money for the town or the county to get new cop cars or something like that. How else are they going to get it? People ain't just going to say to the police department, oh, can I donate $50 to you? Like, people just don't come up to me and say, oh, Carl, can I donate $50 to you? No, they don't. You got to force it out of them. You say, oh, Jesus, Lord. You know, what do I got to do to get you people? You know what? I'm just not going to do my show no more. How's that? Is that going to make you people start donating to me? But people aren't just going to do it out of the kindness of their heart. But people ain't just going to support their local police out of the kindness of their heart. So they got to go around and write tickets up and start drumming up business. You know, it's like, oh, come on, go out there and start issuing tickets. You know what? Because, you know what? We got to get money. You know, if we don't get money, the people ain't going to support us. You know, we can't get new squad cars. We can't get shit, you know. So, man, I don't mind. You know, if I get stopped, you know what? Honestly, I was speeding. You know what? That's the rights. You got me. You know, I speed all the time. 199 times out of 100, you guys don't catch me. You know what? I don't mind tipping $50 to the Police Benevolent Association. I don't fucking care. You know what? God bless you guys on the road. Because if I'm speeding one time doing 100 miles an hour, you know what? You'll pull me out of my burning car. You provide a great service. I'm glad you guys will fucking be there and pull me out when I'm acting stupid and crazy. Thank you. I don't mind. So see, to me, it's not combative. I'm not looking at it that every freaking time I'm dealing with these people, it's a battle. I'm like they're a necessary evil. You know, it's like, well, they do good and they do bad. But to me, it's like, would you rather have them or not have them? And I'd rather have them. Would I rather have police on the road? Oh, you better believe it. Oh, you better believe it. Especially, it was funny, I talked to Malik up in Chicago. He lives in a bad area, Chicago. I said, would you just rather have your brothers cruising around in their 24-inch old Rams with their $200 cars, smacking your car like crazy, and just saying, forgive me, thy brother, thy trespass? Or do you want a cop to come and slam that guy into the ground and drag his ass off to jail for driving around without a license and no insurance? He says, well, yeah, I'd rather have a cop, you know, because I know he has a Mercedes and a Jaguar. I said, how about you have this brother with this 1977 Buick that's worth $200 with $20,000 gold rims on it, coming out of the hood, and he wrecks your Mercedes or wrecks your Jaguar, and he says, oh, forgive me, brother, I trespass. No, I don't have a license. I don't have insurance. How would you feel? He'd say, hey, asshole, who's going to pay for my car? I said, well, I'm not. You got to forgive me. I'm your brother, remember? He's like, oh, yeah? Great. You know what? Where's that cop? And you want to dial 911 and get that damn cop on the scene and say, hey, this asshole's running down the streets, man, wrecking into people's cars, just laughing about it, saying, ha-ha, you can't do anything to me. I'm a man. You got to forgive me of my debt. You got to let me go. And the cop say, oh, yeah? Well, I think we got another answer for you. I think I'm going to put you into custody. I'm going to impound your car, and I think I'm going to keep you off the street for as long as we can. It's just because you say you're a man, and just because you say, forgive me my trespass, doesn't mean you're a man. Just because you stick your dick in a woman, you get her pregnant, doesn't make you a man. Just because you're 18, it doesn't make you a man. And that's where society really F's you people over, giving you titles that you don't earn, giving you titles that you don't deserve. So like I said, you know, when I do that, I say, just keep the money. You know, I'll tell the prosecutor, you know what, just keep the $50. You know what, I don't mind. I know this is all about money to you guys. You know what, just keep the $50. Well, it's a $300 fine. I ain't going to give you $300. I'll give you $50. Or we'll do this. I wasn't operating a license at the time. I'll play all this crap. Bring the accuser forward. I don't give a shit. But here's $50. The cop was a nice guy. Go get go get a couple of car washes on me. I don't give a shit. Go $50. Go for it. I don't care. I don't pay no state or county taxes. Go for it. Whenever I travel, like Georgia, and I remember I did that in Georgia. It's funny as shit. And when it was all said and done, man, me and the judge were just sitting down talking on like some folding chairs. It was pretty funny. He was like, he just loves my style. He's like, I just told the fucking prosecutor, you know what, just keep the money. How much was the fine? $50? Yeah, but don't put it on the record. That's fine. Keep it off. Keep the $50. You know, like you guys did good. You know, you guys do a good job. I got no complaints with you guys. You know, it's the least I could do. I travel through your county all the time. I never give you guys a dime. But like I said, just because you keep beating them in court with that kind of stuff, you know what? You got to show the judge, you know, look, I know why you give tickets. I know I was speeding. You know what? Here's $50. And if you want me to play this game, but like I said, you do it in writing. Say, look, if you want to play this game, I'll play this game. The accuser must appear, the plaintiff must appear. I'll play all the silly games with you if you want me to. Or just take my $50. You know, don't put it on my license. I don't want to deal with fucking my insurance rates going up. And you know what? I appreciate everything you guys. Something nice like that. Not all that they think this is some sort of a trick or a con job you're doing, or that you figured out a loophole so we're going to fuck you people over. Because after a while, they'll say, you know what? Screw this. We'll put everything through a computer. We'll just make this guy pay everything through a computer. We'll just have everybody do it this way from now on. We'll have a computer judge. We'll have it just taken right out of his banking account. We're not going to deal with this no more. We're just going to attach his license to a bank account, and every time he does something wrong, we're just going to immediately take it out. We're not even going to have these guys go to court anymore. Forget this. They're starting to figure this out. So like I said, you know what? I don't want to make this seem like such an easy trick to start effing everybody over. You know, how would you like it if the cops weren't out there stopping crazy people from doing 900 miles an hour? You'd be like pretty pissed. Hey, that guy just cut me off, and the cop just let him get away with it. Oh, look, this guy just banged into a couple of cars. Oh, my God, the cop's looking right at it. He's acting like a Baltimore cop, just turning around the other way, waiting until he's dispatched. He's not getting involved no more. That's right, because he doesn't want to be sued. Because that guy is doing 900 miles an hour in a car, banging into your car, banging into everybody else's car. If the cop stops him, the next thing you know, the guy falls down. breaks his neck. Next thing you know, the guy's in jail for the rest of the cop's in jail for the rest of his life for manslaughter, like the Baltimore cops. 6 Baltimore cops are sitting in prison for murder for some clown who was selling drugs on a street corner. Because this clown, whatever happened to him in the back of that, paddy wagon happened to him. Whatever happened, who knows? He got thrown around the back of the paddy wagon, slammed his head into the side, whatever he was doing. Now 6 cops are in prison. That's crazy. If I was those cops, I'd say, you know what, from now on, they could sell as many drugs as they want on that street corner. I am so effing done. I am not touching a single drug dealer ever again. Guys, just deal with everyone, because 6 of my friends are spending 30 years of their life in jail because they tried to stop a drug dealer. You know what? It ain't worth it. They tried to stop a speeding guy in a speeding car. They're all sitting in jail for 30 years now. You know what? It's not worth it. Let these clowns speed. Let them just play smack-up derby on the street. You know what? We're not getting involved. No more. So like I said, it's a delicate balance between getting away with something and like, well, I got away without paying the time. Yeah, well, come on now. You know how many times it's sped. You did it hundreds of times. You finally got caught. Give the devil his due. Pay him something. But tell him, look, man, don't put it on my driver's license and, it'll make my insurance rates go up. You know what? But, here's $50. Or I'll play this old man card on you and I'll say, the prosecutor, the witness must appear, the man must appear, I'll play this game on you if you want me to. They're like, nah, we don't got time for all that shit. We'll just take the $50. That's fine. We need to cop out the street more than come in court 50 times anyway. Like I said, it's not, like I said, I'm not trying to teach people tricks. I'm not trying to teach people how to get over on the system. I like the system that we got, but it's a delicate balance. You always got to make sure we don't, man doesn't pull it too far down, and we got to make sure they don't pull man too far down. It's a wonderful balance we got. And God, I believe, God created, what we perceive to be bad or evil, like viruses, snakes, mosquitoes, for a reason. God created good and bad. God created this. I didn't create, what the bad God created on its own. Viruses and heart attacks and cancer got invented. No, to me, God put this in the game for a reason, good or bad. So even though we might perceive it to be bad, honestly, it must be a way to keep everything in balance. And when the court system or whatever, the legal society gets too overbalanced one side, I believe it's my job to try to show people, look, we got to pull it back a little bit this way. And that's all I'm trying to do, show the people, look, we got to pull it back a little bit. They're getting out of hand. They're getting out of hand. That's all. But I don't want it to totally go away. I don't want it to disappear. Because, like I said, we live in a very unethical, immoral society. And the people who are really bad people, if they could figure out what I'm doing, they think they can get away with murder, like O.J. Simpson. O.J. Simpson's lawyers knew the law. Very simple, ancient law. Do you have a third-party impartial witness that saw him commit the wrong? Yes or no? No, we don't. Why? Because dead men tell no tales. He made sure both of them were totally dead. How? He decapitated them. That's how. He wasn't just going to hurt her. He was going to make sure when dead men tell no tales. See, if he just stabbed it, and stabbed the other guy, he'd be going to jail for 30 years. He knew, like every bad guy knows, dead men tell no tales. Don't leave no witnesses. Because it's an ancient rule that's still true to this day. It's funny, man. I remember reading one trial. It was hysterical. Back in like the 1600s. And the one guy died of a sword. Impaled by a sword. And the guy who was accused of killing him with the sword said the man fell on his sword. It was an accident. It's like, he fell on your sword by accident. It's like, yes. What do you mean he fell on your sword by accident? It's a 3-foot blade. You mean he just fell on it by accident? Yes. And I'm sticking to my story, and that's the word I give you till the day I die. They had to let him go. Even though it's the most ridiculous shit anybody ever heard. You're like, yeah, right. The guy fell on your sword. Yeah, he just fell on my sword. You didn't jab him with that sword. No, I swear to God. Holy stack of Bibles. No, I swear to God, I didn't do it. They had to let him go because there was no third impartial witness that could say that man has done wrong. And that man said he did no wrong. And since nobody was there to witness, did the man really fall on the sword or not? They had to let him go. And O.J. Simpson's lawyers knew it. It's that simple. Well, how did her neck get decapitated? Well, she just fell on a knife, I guess. 17 times? Well, yeah, I guess, she was struggling, but she must have been in pain, and she just rolled around until her head fell off. Like, dude, that's the most ridiculous shit I've ever heard. Well, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. You got a man to come here and say I'm a liar? No? Well, fuck yes. Dead men tell no tales. It's a cool legal system we have, and it's a cool law world we have. It's a lot of fun. But like I said, you know, you got to be very careful. You watch any gangster movies from the 20s, 30s, even nowadays, they got the people in protection witness. Why do they got them in witness protection? Because they don't tell no tales. The United States government could have wiretaps on these Gambinos. They could have video. They could have, all kinds of stuff. But they still need a man or witness to testify that it's true. And an FBI agent can't swear it's true. So they get the people in the community, like, hey, tell us that the Gambinos threatened to blow up your family's restaurant if they pay you. Oh, I'm not swearing to that. But wait a second, you came to us and told, well, yeah, but I'm not saying that in court. I just told you people to do something about it. Well, we did something about it. We arrested the guy. Now we need you to testify that. No. I'm not going to testify against these fucking animals. Then why did you fucking tell us? Well, I was hoping you'd do something about it. Well, we can't do anything until you come and testify and swear that it's true. Well, forget it. Then they didn't threaten me. Because, see, the ancient laws, man, it's the common law that happens around the universe. It's very basic, simple stuff. It hasn't changed throughout millennia.